Hi, this is Jessie Burr with MeriTalk. I'm here with Jim Trainor, the Assistant Director of the Cyber Division at the FBI. Jim, welcome.
Thanks.
So tell me a little bit about what you've been working on and what you're doing.
So the FBI's Cyber Division has been around for about 14 years. I've been in the division for the last 3, and we're responsible for pursuing hackers, individuals, whether it's nation state or criminal hackers that target the United States, its companies, its individuals, U.S. organizations, things of that nature. So we work cases. We try to figure out who's responsible for conducting computer intrusions, and we pursue them very aggressively through the authorities that we have been provided by Congress and the Constitution, those types of things.
And so a lot of experts have said that a key factor in cyber hygiene and cyber protection is information sharing. Mm-hmm. Do you think that agencies are engaging in enough information sharing both with each other and in the private sector, and how can they better do that?
Yeah, I mean, the FBI and other agencies have been very aggressive, particularly over the last 3 years, in sharing intelligence information to better protect companies, to better protect individuals and organizations. It's always a work in progress, and it can always improve. The idea is to get machine speed, real time, as quickly as possible, in a way, in a format that can be ingested into IDS systems, firewalls, to better protect an entity. We push out regularly something called a flash message, so it has these indicators of compromise, things that would allow a company or organization to look within their network and to protect themselves. We do that both in, by email as well as in protocol that allows for ingestion right real time. It just takes time, and one of the challenges we have is really balancing sources, methods, how we acquire the information, whose information it is. Would we be better positioned to protect the country by not sharing that information? But the presumption is to always share, and there really has to be kind of an exception. So we've been much improved over the last 3 years, but as always, there's continued room for improvement.
And private companies don't always report all of their breaches to you guys, and I think that's important for you guys to collect information and be better informed. So what do you want to do to incentivize these people to report to you more often?
So under the system, on the legislation, Cyber Information Security Act in December 2015, Congress provided liability protection for sharing indicators to the government. When we get a lot of information from private sector, my sense is we probably get noticed 10 to 15% of the breaches. So I think there are a lot more breaches. I know there's a lot more breaches that occur than folks coming to law enforcement or the government for assistance. The cyber is a team sport. It really requires the government to work with private sector and to share information between each other, because a lot of things that we're not seeing, or the private sector is. They're seeing it on their network because that's where the information and that's where things can be monetized by stealing data. So it's really important to notify us. I think we do a tremendous job in terms of incorporating their equities in how we pursue things. They don't lose control. We treat companies like victims of a crime because that's what they are, not that they did something necessarily wrong. Most organizations have challenges with their information technology and security posture. They're legacy systems. It just takes time and an expense to rebuild those things. So that's not our business. We're here to work with them to help remediate the network, get them back up and running, and gather information that would allow us to find out who's responsible for doing these types of crimes.
And having worked in the space, what do you think the biggest cyber threat to government agencies is, and what can they do about it?
For the most part, in the government environment, it's about threats from nation states. I mean, we have classified information, we have information about policy, there's a whole host of things. So the primary threats targeting the U.S. government have really been from nation state actors. But with that said, IRS has been heavily targeted in the past from criminal actors, just because there's data there that can be monetized very quickly. So it's the whole host of threats beyond just those two, terrorist actors, as well as hacktivists. There's a lot of different groups out there, but the principal one has definitely been nation state.
Well, thank you for joining us, Jim. This is Jessie Burr with MeriTalk, and thank you guys for watching.